Hello again, it's Chip and Natty here. Yes, I know, I actually uploaded another video. Unbelievable, right? This video, we're continuing our USA journey by finishing some errands in Houston, making an obligatory visit to Buc-ee's.
Oh, this is very nice.
And then driving to a little town by the Mississippi River called Natchez. Our morning today started off with a list that Chip helped me put together. Trust me, there's more. IHOP stands for International House of Pancakes, and everyone knows that I love pancakes.
Yeah. This is served like steak here?
Oh, look at the menu, 55 and plus.
55 and plus.
We started our day right, didn't we?
Just got blueberry pancakes on the side. Help us with some eggs.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That takes one off our list.
So it's the 17th of June. We just checked out of the hotel. Actually checked out. We didn't need to check out. We just left. Okay, so we're gonna look for Dr. Pepper. First order of business, Dr. Pepper, and then we go and look for CubeSmart self-storage. And all the signages, right? They tell you that you're in the USA because it just looks like the USA.
It's in English.
It's just the overall look. So these are signages we see on TV. Look, it's a Whataburger. Yeah, I'm stuffed from breakfast, so
You should
I think,
be.
yeah, I should be.
Plates.
Yes. Number one in Texas. Big USA flag flying there proudly.
Massive.
Here we are at Target, which is open now, so we'll get some things. And after that, we adjourn to Academy's. And then after that, we adjourn to Cube Storage because it only opens at 9:30. And we're early. It's like 8:30 right now. Welcome to Target. So we're very early right now. Oh, I see y'all have like cards for buy and load. Visa cards. And this is how Opa learns to self-medicate. Right here. Right here. So they got their own t-shirts and jerseys. Baseball's big here in the USA. Don't know anything about it. 4th of July is coming up. Look at the sizes of the coolers. I think at home we only get like small Coleman coolers. Beach Boys! Our next Christmas present. Train crossing. Train crossing. Do not stop on the tracks. You don't say. Here it closed down an empty storage cube.
3.5 years old.
Not our fault. Okay, let's watch Opa try to figure this out. Guess it didn't work. Okay, it didn't work. Okay, so Opa's gone in to settle his smart storage because he forgot how to get into the compound. It's been a few years since he's been here, I guess. So my first impression of the USA, Texas specifically, all the buildings are spaced out. The roads are big and wide. orderly. You know, it's not like in Malaysia where you have shopping malls and you have shops all in your shopping malls, right? Here, they have signages outside areas where those areas house buildings. So it could be a long building with several shops, one after another, or it could be a standalone building, in which case it would be a very big shop that occupies it. Everyone parks outside. There's no underground car park. There's no multi-level story car park. Everyone parks outside. The big car spaces, in which sometimes if you have these buildings surrounding the car park, right, so the entire space is called Texas version of shopping mall. So yesterday we were in this place called Vintage Park. So you had restaurants, you had dental services. So it's Diet Dr. Pepper. Let's just say I don't like diet drinks. It's got this artificial sweetener, right? Which I never like. A partes me? Yeah, I rather have the sugar. It works! Open sesame! And what is behind door number 1? Controlled storage. Controlled climate storage it is. And you drive into it. Oh, can we drive through?
I think so.
2 men in a truck. Movers who care.
And then just like that, Chip disappeared. No, I'm serious. He got out of the car and I couldn't find him.
Where did you go? Wow. So this is what happens when you have to go to Asia suddenly. Lots of stuff gets left behind. Looks like your Himalayan salt caked up. Stuff. This can be used.
So while Chip looked through his storage, I kept myself useful by keeping the Strigoi at bay. I also pilfered his stuff.
Lucky penny. Start my pocket. Took some useful items along. What happens when you lose your key? This is the empty storage. Hey, Mambo Italiano. Bloopers barbecue.
What's the best way to do it?
So we pulled up to decide how to get to Natchez, as we wanted to be sure we would stop by Buc-ee's.
Take the interchange on the right, then keep left at the fork.
And then we were finally on our way.
What's with all the spikes up there? This is so exciting. We're finally here in Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's! Texas' favorite beaver.
You ready?
It's huge. Might take that back. Okay. Oh, actually, I'm alright.
No, I'm not. For the cleanest toilets ever, I had to pee it to believe it. And yes, I intentionally took a photograph so that I could submit it to the Department of Health and Hygiene back in Malaysia.
Oh, you make banana pudding?
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, I should try it. They've got magnets as well. We should get one magnet for our fridge. But we can get it later. Yeah. What's the smallest that I could get?
There's small pieces up here. You want a small
Oh, okay. Yeah, just a small piece.
Which kind?
Chocolate maybe? Or caramel? Or maybe something that's red velvet. Hello.
Oh wait, I see something.
Say hello to the squirrel. Squirrel, but beaver.
Maybe next time I can convince Chip to take a Wi-Fi with Buc-ee's. Occasionally, the staff working the sandwich counters will say fun stuff like this.
Hooray! Strong brisket on the board!
So it was all very fun, bought some pretty expensive food, but we couldn't visit Buc-ee's without trying all those delicious ingredients.
How's it? Okay. So we got ourselves some chips, beaver chips, and got banana pudding as well. Gotta eat that before it melts. Got myself another chopped biscuit sandwich, and
Fudge.
yeah, and fudge, red velvet fudge, sitting right there. Alright, gonna have dessert first. Have my sandwich later. This is very nice, very smooth. It's got a bit of like banana cake or bread on the inside.
In fact, the banana pudding was so good, I saved the rest for later.
Chopped biscuit with barbecue sauce. Very filling. Okay, so we have a river coming up. That bridge, once we cross that bridge, we're in Louisiana. So this side here, Texas. Ahead of us, Louisiana.
Welcome to Louisiana.
You don't say. State line. Here you go. Lake Charles.
While we drove through Louisiana, I couldn't help noticing how aesthetically American houses were built. And in Louisiana, there seems to be as many churches as there are houses.
It will be the umpteenth church of cont'd.
Well, one thing's for sure, Americans really do love their privacy.
Did it say what river that was?
The Red River.
It's off the Mississippi.
Drive through daiquiri.
Didn't get a drink.
So long, poke your straw through the drink.
That's kind of like saying go through McDonald's, but it's get slow and eat a French fry.
Yeah, correct.
Everybody eats a French fry.
John's Burgers.
Continue on US 425 south for 11 miles.
So after 6 hours of driving, we finally sighted a sign to the hotel.
Oh, okay. So then after that they're transported. Okay. Okay, guys, we're crossing the bridge from Louisiana into Mississippi. Cross the bridge. That is the Mississippi River. And that's the hotel. Oh no, there.
In half a mile, turn left onto South Canal Street.
In the Mississippi. Oh, Fat Mama's Tamales. We just passed it. This street. Oh, okay.
In 800 feet, turn left onto South Pearl Street.
If you want to know what this is a casino. Right across there is the bridge that we just drove over. And this is the Mississippi River. Right across is Louisiana. Here'll be nice to walk. And it says, thanks for playing. I hate to walk up this hill. I think the other road actually is more gradual.
So after rounding several times, we finally checked into the Natchez Grand and made our way to the first stop we could think of. Remember this corner bar? Well, it's called the Corner Bar. This is where I first discovered the Shiner Bock. Indeed, not all beers are made the same.
This beer is made in Texas.
Don't let these boring photographs fool you. This place is anything but. It has plenty of character and is the one place in Natchez I highly recommend you come visit. And the only reason why I'm recycling the footage, as you would have noticed, is that I didn't want to stick a camera into the faces of the locals. We just sat there and enjoyed the vibes and the heavy southern accented talk from one end of the room.
Y'all went. It was probably 10 years ago.
Were playing, and then Sunday they have beautiful.
Oh, did I mention that this was the second time in the trip that I was asked to show my ID?
Typically they're full of. See if you look at that one.
I can see that.
It's mostly meal, right?
Yeah, maybe that's what the lady at the bar was telling us. It's not as great. So this is their Mexican cornbread, chips and salsa, chili, and half a dozen tamales. This is the margarita. It is not a good sign when I give you broken chips. We were not impressed with Fat Mama tamales. I would say come for their frozen margaritas, but that's about it. So a tad disappointed, we made our way to another joint. Someone seems to be calling for their pet. It was very hot still at the time of the day. It would have been much nicer walking in the morning. Natchez Museum of American History. African American History. So this place said that they were closed on Google. Well, Google was wrong. But it appears that their open sign is on. Maybe they are really closed. Shall we? So I ordered myself a seafood gumbo, and Chip ordered deep-fried jalapeno poppers. I don't know, maybe we picked the wrong places for food that day. So we got back to the hotel, and I took the opportunity to film some evening scenes of the river. So we're at the Mississippi River right now. Just to show you, this is the river that separates Louisiana from Mississippi. Right here. The temperature was really hot earlier, but now it's very comfortable. You have the wind blowing your face. Sun's just setting over the clouds. I'm sure there's more to Natchez that we have not discovered. It's very accessible, probably makes for a good weekend getaway. We only use the town as a stopping point, so perhaps we would see more of it in future. By the way, Natchez has a hop-on hop-off tour which showcases some of the historic mansions previously belonging to private individuals. Some of these houses would probably have belonged to plantation owners living along the Mississippi. These houses are now proudly part of Natchez National Register of Historic Places. Today, many of them currently double as inns and B&Bs, so make sure to check them out. So right here in the Target store right now. My first impression of the USA, or specifically Texas,
All the buildings are spaced out. The roads are large and wide. And he's here. Gas prices. Thanks, Biden.
What's that?
I said thanks, Biden. Just thanking your president.
Wow, that's amazing. Buc-ee's is capable of flexing his fingers. I never knew that.